Hi, welcome you all for my next video on electrochemical machining. In the last video, I discussed about electrochemical machining, uh, about its ECM tooling techniques, its advantages, limitations, applications of ECM, process characteristics, process parameters, all those things. In the current video, I am going to discuss on electrochemical honing and electrochemical grinding. These two are the uh, special purpose applications of are nothing but the particular application of the electrochemical machining itself. Let us go with the in detail about the principle of electrochemical grinding first. After that, I will discuss on the electrochemical honing. Basically, grinding is an abrasive process uh, in which the abrasives are rotating or rubbing over the given material or a workpiece surface. The irregular sharp edges of the abrasive particles remove the material from the workpiece due to the abrasive action, that is by penetration under plowing out of the workpiece material surface particles. By that way, small particles from the workpiece is being separated. That is how the grinding occurs. In case of electrochemical grinding operation, abrasive wheel along with the chemical action of the electrolyte, both are playing a vital role here. Again, here also the two electrodes are being connected. One is the tool, as usually in case of electrochemical machining. Other will be the workpiece. Instead of directly to the workpiece, here it is connected to the work table. The workpiece is clamped on the work table. The workpiece, generally the tool in the abrasive grinding process is made up of a rubber bonded abrasive particle wheels, whereas here which is a non-conductor of electricity. But in this case, for electrochemical grinding process, the abrasive wheels are bonded with the metal. That is, abrasive particles are bonded with metal, or metal bonded abrasive wheels are being used for electrochemical grinding process, so that the wheel becomes a conductor for electricity, which is required for electrochemical grinding operation or electrochemical machining operation. In the diagram, this diagram will summarize the whole electrochemical grinding process, the principle of electrochemical grinding process. Here we can see the workpiece. The workpiece is clamped over the work table, whereas the whole set is connected to the power supply as an electrode, and other part of this process is a tool which is connected to the other electrode, which is connected as other electrode in the electric circuit to the power supply, to the machining zone, that is between the gap between workpiece and the electrochemical grinding wheel. In the gap, the electrolyte is fed with the help of a pump. The help of electrolyte pump, electrolyte flow pump, or with the help of a pump, the electrolyte is made to flow and pumped onto the machining zone. That is how the electrochemical grinding process is being set up. And then during the process, the electro grinding wheel will rotate. Along with the grinding operation, the electrolyte will also function to for the easier removal of the process. This is how the it is connected, the work which is connected as electrode, that is anode in particular, whereas the grinding wheel is that is tool is connected as a cathode. In between the gap, the electrolyte is pumped onto the machining zone. So electrochemical grinding is a process that removes electrically conductive material by grinding with a negatively charged abrasive grinding wheels, an electrolytic fluid and a positively charged workpiece, that is anode as a workpiece and cathode as the grinding wheel. Electrochemical grinding and electrochemical machining are similar, but a wheel is used instead of the tool shaped like a contour of the workpiece. In general, about electrochemical machining, when we are speaking, the tool shape is made like it is a mirror image of the desired shape, whereas in electrochemical grinding, which is a special application of the electrochemical, or with some modification, we call it as electrochemical grinding operation, in which the tool is abrasive wheel instead of the shape of the tool, which is made as a mirror shape of the desired shape on the workpiece. So the change in the tool shape is going to be here, and the type of the tool also is different here. The wheels and the workpiece are electrically conductive. Wheels used for last many grindings, typically 90% of the material is removed by electrolysis and 10% by the abrasive grinding wheel. Whereas in conventional grinding operation, the grinding wheel remove the complete material from the workpiece surface, whereas in the electrochemical grinding, 90% is completely removed by the electrochemical process itself, whereas the 10% the finishing operation is done by the abrasive grinding wheels. So this is capable of producing very smooth edges without burrs caused by mechanical grinding. The major one of the limitations which we come across in the conventional grinding or mechanical grinding operation is the machine burrs which are present over the machine surface, which is completely absent in case of electrochemical grinding operations. That is, this ECG is able to produce a surface with very smooth edges without, that is a burr-free operation it is. So burr-free grinding operation can be achieved. Does not produce a appreciable heat that would distort the workpiece, or it would distort the material characteristics, mechanical characteristics of the workpiece. Generally, electrochemical grinding decomposes the workpiece and deposits them into the electrolyte solution. So the most common electrolytes are, which we have discussed even in similar to the electrochemical machining operation here, even in the ECG also, the sodium nitrate and sodium chloride salt solutions can be used as the electrolytes. Electrochemical grinding, it combines the electrochemical machining with conventional grinding operations. So obviously, the added advantage here is the major material machine surface, especially machine surface, is highly smooth compared to the conventional grinding. Further, it is a burr free operation and the residual stresses are completely reduced here. The equipment used, which is also similar to conventional grinding, except that the wheel is rotating cathode and the abrasive particles. The wheel is metal bonded with the diamond or aluminum oxide abrasives. Even the low cost abrasives are more than enough here. Whereas in case of conventional grinding, to grind the materials which are very hard in nature requires costly abrasive tools. That is, the abrasive particles need to be very hard in nature compared to the are relative to the hardness of the workpiece. Further, abrasives serve as insulator between wheel and the workpiece. A flow of electrolyte, sodium nitrate, is provided for electrochemical machining. It is suitable in grinding very hard materials where wheel wear can be high in traditional grinding. Types of grinding wheels. Grinding wheels are made of abrasive materials and bonding agents. Several types of current carrying abrasive wheels are used for electrochemical grinding. There are two types of grinding wheels. One is diamond wheels. It is generally used as an abrasive for grinding carbide tools or materials and steels whose hardness is greater than HRC 65. The material machining, especially grinding of materials which are having a more than 65 HRC, is a very great challenge with the help of conventional machining process, whether it is a hardness or some other process. Whereas with the help of electrochemical grinding machining operation, it can be easily machined because 90% is basically being removed with the help of electrolysis operation. Non-diamond face wheels. The common type of abrasives used in aluminum oxides with brass or other alloys are as the bonding agents. This type of wheels is generally used for grinding steels and alloy steels. The advantages: it can grind very thin material of 1.02 mm, which normally warp by the heat and pressure of the conventional grinding. Further, the major advantage of the electrochemical grinding operation is it is a very burr-free process, which is again the limitation of the conventional grinding, whereas it can be overcome with the help of ECG process. No work hardening. When we do with the conventional grinding, the residual stresses are remained. Second thing is about the stress which is applied is beyond the shear strength of the material. Obviously some of the work hardening is going to be impacted or induced in the machine surface. So those all kind of mechanical character distortion is completely eliminated. It is a stress-free process. Better surface finish can be obtained and no cracking. Because of the residual stresses, the cracking on machine surface is being observed widely on a conventional machine surfaces, where or conventional grinding process, grinded wheels surfaces, whereas ECG grinded surfaces are not having any kind of cracks are completely absent on the ECG grinded surfaces. Less frequent well dressing. The dressing of grinding wheels are quite common, and it is a highly or frequently need to be done for the conventional grinding wheels, where or during conventional grinding process, whereas the dressing of grinding wheels is less frequent in case of ECG, because there are only 10% of the work or job is done by the abrasive wheels. So the life of the abrasive wheels is or abrasive particles are more here, because of which the dressing of grinding wheels are also needed in a less frequent way. Or then no metallurgical damages because of heat. Metallurgical damages are quite common, or metallurgical damages need to be generally observed on during conventional grinding or conventional grinding operations, which is not observed here. That is due to continuous cooling because of the electrolyte. Metallurgical damages due to the heating effect is completely nullified. Faster for tough materials. Tough material grinding of tough material is a challenge, because they again undergo a plastic deformation, whereas it is difficult for the conventional machining, whereas it is the move faster, or it is a quick process for the such kind of materials also. No wheel loading or glazing is required in case of electrochemical grinding process. More precise tolerances up to 0.025 mm can be achieved with the help of electrochemical grinding operation. Limitations: both workpiece surface and the grinding wheel must be conductive. It is only applicable to the surface grinding operation. The electrolyte fluid can cause corrosion at the workpiece and grinding wheel surfaces. Especially here, the major limitation of any kind of electrochemical machining operations is then workpiece and grinding wheel, or the tool and the workpiece, both need to be electrically conductive. Then only they can be employed in the electrochemical machining operations or electrochemical grinding operation. Further, this kind of process can be especially applied only for surface grinding operation. Internal grinding or other type of grinding operations, it is very difficult. Further, electrolytic fluid, which if it is remained, even a small stains of electrolytic fluid present over the surface of the workpiece will cause the corrosion. That is especially on the machine surfaces and grinding wheels also, which is detrimental, or which is not desired at all. More complicated, especially this ECG process is more complicated compared to the traditional machining methods. A higher production cost. compared to conventional machining, the ECG is having a higher production cost because it involves the initial setup cost is higher, and the electrolyte cost, maintenance cost, everything goes on to be on a higher side, which finally impact on the total production cost. That's why the production cost will be higher. Next is about the electrochemical honing process. The honing is again a secondary finishing operation after the primary machining is being done. This honing is also an abrasive kind of abrasive process where the machining is done to give the final surface finish and remove the small burrs and other secondary operations to employ the secondary operations or to carry out the secondary machining operations. Here again the process is same where the workpiece is connected as an anode and the tool is connected as a cathode. Here we can see the workpiece which is connected as an anode and the tool which is connected as a cathode, and the electrolyte is pumped onto the machining zone, and then after machining the electrolyte is taken back to the reservoir and after filtration. And again during the pumping also, after pumping it has to be filtered, and with the help of pressure regulator the electrolyte is to be sent to the container. Here we can see the tool which is again a center which is a conductive core over which the honing abrasive blocks are being attached, with the core is being the conductive, which can reciprocate, also it can rotate, which is both motions are completely required, especially for the honing operations. Due to rotating and reciprocating motion, the process reduces the errors in roundness through the rotary motion. Tapers and waviness errors can also be reduced with the help of ECH. Yeah, the initial this circle or hole where we can observe that the hole is having a irregular circularity at the inner surface, which is after these four dots are nothing but the tool abrasive particles, abrasive blocks, which is connected for our honing operation to a center core cylinder which is conductive. So it is a process in which it combines the high removal characteristics of electrochemical dissolution, that is electrochemical machining principle, electrochemical dissolution, and mechanical abrasion of conventional honing. So it has got a much higher rates compared to the either of honing and internal cylindrical grinding operation. Cathodic tool is similar to conventional honing tool, with several rows of small holes so that the electrolyte could enter directly into the inter-electrode gap, that is between the tool and the workpiece gap. Further, electrolyte provides the electron through the ionization process, so which acts as a coolant and flushes away the chips that are being formed by the mechanical abrasion, and metal sludge, which is nothing but the machining debris that results from electrochemical dissolution, that is also being flushed away. Electrochemical honing process in which the tool is inserted in the worked hole or a cylinder, which we have seen in the last slide. Mechanical abrasion takes place firstly by the stones or horns, which are nothing but the abrasive blocks. Oxides formed due to working from previous process will be removed by it, and clean surfaces will be achieved. Now the clean surface will be in contact with the electrolyte, and then the electrochemical dissolution will remove the desired material, and same procedure is continued till the required depth of cut or required cut is being made, and the uniform internal grinding operation, honing operation is being achieved. Further, to control the surface roughness, mechanical abrasion is allowed to continue for a few seconds after the current has been turned off. Majorly, the advantages of electrochemical honing is ability to grind any electrically conductive material regardless of the hardness. It is a burr-free action. It reduces the noise and distortion. High production rates are possible. Limitations of electrochemical grind honing are like, first one is a high equipment cost. Generally, in case of our conventional honing process, the only it is abrasive action. No question of the electric supply, especially this high power supply is not required. So the obviously the equipment cost will be lesser. Further, electrolyte is also not required. That reduces the further cost. So totally the initial investment cost compared to the conventional honing, the electrochemical honing cost is high. And the regular maintenance of the electrochemical honing due to the continuous recycle of electrolyte, which makes it a high maintenance cost. Further, workpiece must be electrically conductive. As similar to the other electrochemical machining operations, even the electrochemical honing operation also, both workpiece and the tool must be electrically conductive. Post cleaning of work and equipment parts is necessary, or else the corrosion of the workpiece and also the equipments of electrochemical honing is going to occur. So in order to avoid the corrosion effects of electrolytes on the workpiece and the equipment, it has to be cleaned properly. So the third important special case of electrochemical machining is electrochemical deburring. Deburring is a process of removing the burrs from the machine surface, which is not desired. If the burrs remains on the machine surface, will cause the components to get premature failure during its service. So electrochemical deburring is done or even on the conventional machine surfaces with the help of different types of process, like deburring operations are there. So, even the electrochemical deburring is also one such operation, which is done which is a non-traditional secondary machining process used to remove the metallic burrs resulting from primary machining operations and also from the forming operations. Here also the workpiece is connected as a anode and the tool is connected as a cathode. Electrolyte is made to flow between the gap of the tool and the workpiece, that is the inter-electrode gap. The burrs we can observe here. These are the burrs which is being denoted here, which are present over the machine surfaces. During machining, the tool will reciprocate, and the inclined shape of the tool, or similarly, the shape of the tool is made such a way that the burrs are completely or cleanly removed with the help of electrolysis. Here, majorly, the material burrs are removed in a very small size manner, because of which the burrs can be clearly removed without distorting the machine surface area. That is highly important. Simply by removing the bus is not it should be a primary criteria. Removing the bus at the same time, it should not distort the machine surface. That is also highly important, which can be clearly easily achieved with the help of electrochemical deburring operation, because it is going to remove the material in a very small micron size chips or nano size chips. The major advantages are like precise deburring at the definite points, defined points or definite points can be achieved easily. It is relatively faster compared to the conventional deburring, because during conventional deburring the proper care has to be taken only such a way that the burring is going to happen over the metal projections on the machine surface, whereas here it is, since it is going to remove over the surface in a very small distance or a length of the workpiece, it is more highly faster compared to conventional deburring. Further, it is suitable for material of any hardness. No forming of secondary bursts is no forming of secondary bursts due to the deburring operation. Further, it is neither thermal nor mechanical stress on the components is going to be induced. It is mainly suitable for the mass production, because the high cost, high initial cost and high maintenance costs are involved here. So rather than customized machine, specific machining operation, it is mainly suitable for mass production, so that the production cost can be distributed over the components, and the overall production cost may get reduced. Limitations: it is limited to conductive only conductive workpiece materials. Burst should be consistent shape and size, or else the larger craters are going to be formed on the machine surface. Not It is mainly not suitable for the small productions due to high costs are involved, whether it is a initial investment or a maintenance. Further, it is a high equipment costs. Post cleaning of workpiece and equipment parts is necessary in order to avoid corrosion effects of the electrolytes which are being used here. So this is about the electrochemical deburring operation. So in this video I have discussed about electrochemical grinding, electrochemical honing, and also electrochemical deburring process. These are the three special applications of a electrochemical machining operation. Electrochemical machining is a in general machining operation where the tool is connected as in a basic principle, tool is connected as a cathode and workpiece is connected as a anode. The shape of the tool is made such a way that it is going to cause the workpiece to be in the opposite shape, that is a mirror image of the tool shape. And further, the electrolyte will give the free electrons in the machining area or the machining zone, so that the material from the workpiece is going to get react with the electrolyte ions and causes the metal oxides which are precipitation in the electrolyte. Further, it is being flushed away from the flushed away by the electrolyte from the machining zone, and it gives a fresh ions for the further removal of material. uh, Majorly the advantage is being like a very good surface finish can be obtained, the larger material removal rate can be achieved. These are major advantages. The limitations are like the workpiece and material both need to be workpiece and the tool both need to be conductive, and high current supply is required, high maintenance cost and high initial equipment costs are involved here. So it becomes the whole process to be costlier compared to the other process. This is the summary of electrochemical machining. uh, if you have any other doubts regarding this electrochemical machining, please mail me. I'll attempt to answer such queries. uh, Thank you all for your patient listening, for watching this video. I hope it is helpful for understanding the concepts of electrochemical machining operations. So as a disclaimer, I hereby declare that I have used many resources from the internet as well as from the different textbooks, different sources which I have used for preparing this teaching material, not for profit. uh, and I acknowledge all such sources. I also wish to thank all such sources also which has helped me to prepare this teaching material. Finally, thank you all for supporting me and encourage me to prepare this video. Thank you.